Hello, Adam Taxin here in Florida City, Florida, or possibly Homestead, Florida, right at the foot of the Everglades. This is pretty much, we're at the southernmost point, close to it, of the continental U.S. because we're not including the Florida Keys in that. And I'm going to bring you some special pre-Tu-B'Shvat coverage. Now the reason it's important to do this today, which is still, I guess when the sun goes down, it'll be 12 days from Tu B'Shvat, is because it's time to get the fruit now, because a lot of fruit, which we celebrate on the holiday, I assume some of you know about it. If not, we'll get into that in other parts of the video. Fruit needs time to ripen, so now is the time to start making preparations, and now is the time, if you're in South Florida or anywhere near there, to come here or a couple other places. But this place is an institution, and not that eating animals, even if they're kosher, like this guy over here, I guess these guys are too, some ducks, but we have all sorts of things. That's not an important part. A lot of kosher animals here. That's not a part of Tu B'Shvat, but they have all sorts of stuff. It's a great tourist place. Hey, you want some attention? Come here, come here. What's your name? Look at this. There's nothing to do with Tu B'Shvat, but publicity seeking. What's your problem? Okay, we got some ducklings here. This is a screamer. I like this guy. Come here. Will you have a talk with us? Apparently some people here are upset about Trump's ban in the airports, but they have not been. Oh, we have a turkey. Look at that. Okay, we are going to get to the fruit, but there are some emus. But let me introduce Charles Lopez, who was a star of my pregame coverage of Trump in Miami back in September. He lives near here and agreed to join me. What's up, Charles?
Hi, Adam. Thank you. Thank you for that introduction.
And Charles's girlfriend, Patty, who is going to be translating things into Spanish. So Charles is from Cuba and speaks perfectly fine Spanish. Patty does not speak, she speaks perfect Spanish. English could work. She's from Colombia, and the two of them, because of where they grew up, know these tropical fruits very well. And one thing that's very interesting about the fruits you can get here, if you've seen some of my other videos, is that you can grow certain fruits here that you can't grow anywhere else and that you can't import into the U.S. because of USDA laws, you know, diseases, etc. But they do grow around here, so you can get them. And the point is, you're supposed to celebrate a lot of different types of fruits you might not ordinarily eat. There's the store. We're going to go in there in a second. But let's see some emus. I think they have some. Were those emos out there? Oh, we're going to go hit the emos before we get to the fruit.
Only grow below the Broward-Dade County line.
Yeah, they only grow. They can't even grow. All right, the wild, wild west out here in Florida City. Yeah, you can
only in Dade County.
Only in Dade County, which you are a resident of.
Yes, sir. Have been since '71.
75, and formerly a resident of Cuba, right?
Before that, New York.
Oh, New York. That's right. I knew that.
Before that, New York, and before that, Cuba.
Yeah, but so you had a much better fruit selection in Cuba, even under Castro, who we're happy is dead, right?
Well, yes, we are. We're happy that.
Okay, where are these? Oh, there! Look at that guy. That's an emu. See, we're showing you these meat. Those are not kosher, by the way. So do not slaughter one of those for Tu B'Shvat. And they sell emu eggs in there. Hey, emu, come here. Okay, now let's go in. We tease them with the animals. Let's see the fruit. I think the goats are eating out there. Let's go inside and see. This selection is pretty amazing that they have in here. All right, tell us a little bit more about your relationship with fruit. Charles and Patty are not Jewish. They are just experts on fruits who live nearby, and we like them. And Charles has a lot to say about politics. Maybe we'll get to that later in another video.
Oh, fruits is the best.
Come on, hey, don't end this line video. Why do I have it on close-up? Shouldn't be this close. Okay, there we go. That's much better.
In Cuba, it's a tradition for the kids to go out into the farms, into the mango trees, almonds, guanabanas, climb for the tamarind and the oh, I forget it. It's the little small one. We call it mamoncillo. I think it's the big trees. So yeah.
And you have a mango tree at your house. Mangoes are not in season now, so the mangoes that you get here, which are delicious, I've had them, are Kent mangoes from either Ecuador or Peru. But you do have a mango tree at your house, and you can grow mangoes that are decent in Dade County. Not too many other places, but maybe some other places in Florida.
No. Only in
No, I met someone from Central Florida who said they grew mangoes.
Did they?
Yeah. I don't know if they were any good, but all right. So let's look at some of these fruits that you will never see anywhere else. Again, we're encouraging you to come to South Florida if you're trying to observe the holiday. These, for example, are grown locally. I don't know if Robert grows them himself, but they're grown locally. They're called jujubes. I've heard that term like used for candy, but I've never even tasted one. I think I'm going to be buying one of those. These mangoes are delicious. My mom particularly loves them. You can get them other places in Florida, at least. They are imported from mango. That is the famous Robert of Robert is Here. They're still busy at this time of the day. What's up, Robert? We're going to come to you as soon as you're done with the customers. Some of the really great things. These are locally grown guavas. Anything?
These guavas.
What's that?
I've never seen guavas like this. Never. These are Asian.
These are Asian, but they're locally grown. See, you can grow them here, even though the weather's terrible today. As you can see, we even have a live band here. Let's show them this one, Guanabana. I think in South America, some countries call it chirimoya. Do you call it chirimoya? Chirimoya?
Guanabana.
Okay, in Peru it's called chirimoya, I think, because I have been to Peru. These are incredible, but let me show them what this is. And this is true. It is really delicious. I'm going to be buying one of these. This is wild. This was not here a month ago when I came here.
Check it out.
Jackfruits. They're huge. You need a special knife to cut them. And I don't know if it's worth the effort because you have to oil the knife. It tastes like pineapple and vanilla. They are a lot of work.
Are they? I've never had them.
You've never had one? You should probably buy one of these. And I imagine most Jewish people who are celebrating Tu B'Shvat will not have any connection. Mame Sapote. Let's see. Now this is hard, so this might be good on the holiday, 12 days from now. They're extremely sweet. They're almost chocolatey. I wouldn't say chocolatey. They say it tastes like a fruity flan. I agree with that. Cheesecake or pumpkin pie.
Show the inside.
Oh, they have an inside. Oh, right. This is the inside of a mame sapote, and this is the guanabana, or as some call it, chirimoya. Is guanabana the same thing, Robert, as a chirimoya? Oh, it's a different fruit. They're just closely related.
I don't know if they're even related. You
That's
can't
what I was
graft
going
them.
to ask you.
You can't graft them. They're not compatible trees.
Oh, they're not
to each
compatible.
other.
Let me introduce Robert. What's your last name, by the way?
Moehling, M-O-E-H-L-I-N.
He's the guy behind this stand. He built it 50 years ago when you were 57 years ago when you were like 13 years old. 6 years old. You started getting in the business.
My dad stuck me out here. Our family was dead broke, and just every nickel kept our head above water.
I'm bringing this to the attention. Oh, sapodillas. I did have one of these. They were great. What fruits that are current? We have a Jewish holiday that's basically a Jewish Arbor Day in 12 days from tonight. And I'm trying to encourage people to come here and try a fruit that they've never tried before. What are the very best fruits this time of year?
We should have some canistels still. This is makes the best milkshake that we make. And it's like a really creamy, rich fruit pudding or fruit custard.
I think I ate it underripe. It can sometimes take 2 weeks to ripen.
Yeah, if you eat them when they're not ripe, they're kind of dry and sticky.
Exactly.
You can't even swallow them.
But they're kind of mealy even when they're ripe,
When
right?
they're ripe, they're juicy.
Oh, they're juicy. I
It's
screwed up.
It's excellent.
I'm gonna have to try this again.
Most people will not let them ripen up.
Let's see how it is when it's ripe.
That's actually a day away.
This is still a day away.
Yeah.
So if you buy one that's hard, it'll take 2 weeks to ripe. Perfect for the holiday. If you buy it today.
Or if you get a ripe one, put it in the refrigerator.
Okay.
You know, get one close to being ripe.
All right. So this is now these are emu eggs.
Yeah, eggs.
That's not a fruit, even though some might
It's from
say they look like
a
it.
6-foot chicken.
Yeah, we saw them out there.
Yeah.
We're at Robert is Here. Is it Florida City or Homestead?
Florida City's across the street. Homestead's actually 2-3 miles away.
What municipality is this?
It's unincorporated.
Unincorporated. Okay.
County.
And you want to wish people a happy Tu B'Shvat?
A happy
Tu B'Shvat.
Tu B'Shvat.
Trying to get you business. And the Kent mangoes are particularly good, but they're from Peru.
Ours don't come in until July.
Yeah. Oh, tell us about, that's what you're most proud of,
The
right?
Kent mango is the best mango of all mangoes, but we have about 13 or 14 other varieties that we sell that are very, very good. And then the different varieties spread the season out from June, July, and August, so we have a good mango almost
I've read
all
some
summer.
of your literature, and you're most proud of your mangoes, it sounds
Mangoes
like.
are pretty cool.
Can you talk about your special relationship with mangoes?
That's what I like to eat, like to grow. We're having a rough time the last 2 years.
Why is that?
They're not setting. We don't know what's wrong.
I know oranges in Florida have been having problems.
We're having
too.
trouble with the avocados dying from the world wilt.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, the beetle is getting into the tree, laying its larva, and extraction to make the food for the larva makes a poison that kills the tree. and it goes through the roots.
Now, is there a
No cure. So
don't freezes help that somewhat when you have a deep freeze?
no,
The oranges
no,
even? No?
no,
It's just,
no.
it's a big problem.
Yeah, big problem. What's killing the orange trees is that citrus greening, and they found every grove in the state has it, and so that means literally in 3 years there'll be no more citrus. And it's getting close to that right now.
Is that bad? So what do we do?
University of Florida is developing a citrus tree that grows in Tallahassee and in that upper northern climate, Tallahassee to Orlando, rather than from Orlando south, and doesn't seem to have the vulnerability to the citrus greening.
And can you tell us a little bit about jujubes? I haven't seen them, but they're not grown by you?
Jujubes, they're grown here. We took all ours out. They're really hard to grow physically. You have to cut the
I'm just
tree.
going to let people see them.
You gotta cut the tree back after every crop, and then let it grow new branches. And the branches have razor blades on them, so if you mow too close and get it on you, it just cuts you up. And it's really hard to cut them because they're really mean, vicious trees.
What are some of the other fruits that you've grown yourself that I haven't mentioned yet that you're really proud of?
The guanabanas are magnificent.
I just have to let them ripen this time.
The guanabana, you eat them when they're tremendously soft. That's the white flesh on the inside. And,
Oh, the guanabana. This is something else. That's the guanabana. What's this called again?
This is the canistel.
Canistel. That's what the one I missed.
This is the mamey. The mamey, they take 18 months to 2 years from blossom to harvest. And if you plant the seed to come out of there today, it'll take 25 years to produce the first fruit.
Really? Incredible.
And this one here, you can't describe what it tastes like. It's just absolutely fantastic.
Are you talking about the pitaya dragon fruit?
No, this is a guanabana.
Yeah, I think cotton candy, but that doesn't really do it justice. I've had.
It melts in your mouth like cotton candy.
No, I'm not sure I've had this.
It
I
doesn't
had the
taste like cotton
chirimoya.
candy.
Oh,
I
okay.
need help right here, Robert.
And the passion fruit is something. If you've never had real passion fruit, it's phenomenal.
We should have passion fruit in 12 days, no problem.
But you can buy it now and put it in the fridge.
But when they're wrinkled and ugly, is when they're the sweetest.
Delicious.
So if you eat them when they're smooth, they're just a little more tart, still powerful. They're a little tart.
Basically, the key with all this is to wait till it seems like it's overripe.
Yeah, tropical fruit generally don't look as nice as you want it to look.
And that's why, but that's in part why it's so hard to import them economically. People can't make a business of it because it
It's just
doesn't pack well.
they import quite a bit of it. This here is import because ours come in June, July. These come from Grenada, but they're a host for the medfly. And Grenada is the only country that let them bring them in. They have proven they don't have the medfly. So if they don't have it.
But some of these are so delicious. Why have they not become more household? I mean, in a supermarket up north, you're not going to see these. What's the reason for that? They're delicious.
You need a person standing there to talk to people. If you don't have anybody explaining to you to buy a $10 per pound piece of fruit, why it's so good. And I'm talking to the customer, I tell them it's the best tasting fruit in the world. As I write on my sign, they look at me with their eye going, yeah, right. And I said, well, I want it, I'll cut it up for you. And oh my God, it's usually what they come up with when they try to describe when they eat them. Oh my God, it's so good. And nobody can tell me what it tastes like. And then I ask them, I says, what does a tomato taste like?
Right.
And no one could describe a taste of a tomato as common as that is. But you got to have someone. It's not a computer fruit. You know.
What do you mean by that?
You know how when you do something on a computer, it's completely dehumanized.
Right.
You got to have humanization with tropical fruit.
Someone's got to sell it.
Someone's got to tell you what it is. They got to have a passion about it. You got a kid standing there that doesn't give a heck whether you buy it or not. Pick it up and buy it or not. I'm getting paid. You know, so you don't care.
Did you have these in Cuba?
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Oh, this is one of the Cuban staples.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right, I'm just gonna look around and see if there's anything I forgot. This is good. Anything you want to add? Or passion fruit to me, by the way, when it's ripe, is the best thing I've ever tasted.
It's really good.
It's hard to beat that.
It's powerful. You don't have to hunt for the flavor.
What's the difference between these red passion fruits and the yellow ones over there?
Color of the skin.
They pretty much taste the same.
When they get wrinkled and ugly, when the skin all wrinkles up, that's when they're sweetest. They're all ready to go when we harvest them. But if you let them get sweet, let them get wrinkled, pretty good flavor either way.
Yeah.
Other countries will have one called what are they called?
Granadilla?
Granadilla.
I've had that in Peru.
And the Granadilla, they apparently tell me are completely different kind of passion fruit, even though it's in the same family. And I don't think I've ever had.
They even have live music here at Robert is Here.
Saturdays and Sundays. Normally we have so many people waiting for me, waiting for milkshakes, that the lines are deep. And rather than making them get aggravated, if you entertain them while they're here, it's so weird to come to a farm market and have a performer entertaining you. So we do the best we can.
Great.
I can't get any bigger. I go as fast as I can go, and if there's still too many, I want to entertain them. And when we're waiting on a customer, we're basically entertaining anyway. You know, we're explaining and educating. The guy out there in the blue and orange shirt, he was just here.
Which orange? I don't see it. Oh, okay, that guy. Hold on.
Are you with the guy in the blue shirt?
I am.
Yeah. I was just telling him how he come in and said, what an amazing, amazing place.
Well, every time we drive down to the Keys, we have to stop here.
Yeah.
So.
Why is that?
Because of this key lime milkshake.
Just that one? Not
Just
the rest
it.
of the place?
Not kosher, but
Well, I don't know what any of this
quite good.
tastes like, so
I imagine.
I've heard you talking about it. I don't know what it tastes like.
The
So
next,
I get the key lime
if
milkshake.
you don't know what it tastes like, that means you should never know.
No.
See that? Next time, get a can of Stell.
Can of Stell?
Yeah, it's the best milkshake we make.
It is. I love key lime though.
It's okay. Try it.
So will you take a picture with me with my key lime milkshake?
All right, thanks, Robert.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. I just want to also mention tamarins. These are a little more common, but a lot of people have never tried them. This is another fruit people could try for the first time. They also have green giant heirloom tomatoes here. I have not tried them, but I imagine they're delicious as well. All sorts of stuff. Avocados here, though avocados that sounds like are threatened here in Florida. Bananas, these are just old bananas. Okay, what should I add, by the way? You want to try? Do one for the camera. Taste the heirloom tomato. Pretty good?
Robert is right. It's hard to explain what a tomato tastes like.
True. Pretty much true of anything.
Delicious, delicious.
Okay, anything we should get on here when we finish up our coverage from Robert is Here? Anything I forgot? Let's just give a nice look of the place. The ugly fruit, which are something people might want to try. They're not from here. These are from Jamaica. But these are phenomenal. By the way, you should watch Robert. His little segment got over 1,000 retweets. Was it September? It was he and his daughter Natalie just were talking I guess during the Trump event, like outside, and got 1,000 retweets. I think I have it on YouTube as, you can probably Google YouTube under Trump Nation Miami father-daughter. It'll probably be the first thing that comes up. You can see.
I think Natalie's going to come up first.
I don't think her name is in there, or
Deplorable.
I don't think I put her name in the title, but you can put Natalie and Charles Lopez in there. It's worth seeing. And that's about it from here. A lot of vegetables. There is another great place a little closer to Broward County. Whoa, a sea sponge. Look at that.
Florida sponges.
There's another place on Hollywood Beach, but he doesn't like the publicity. He likes keeping out of the press and video, just total word of mouth. But it's on the Broadwalk in Hollywood Beach, Florida. Let's just do another walk through here, and then we'll call it a day. Jujubes, the mangoes are the biggest deal. These are phenomenal mangoes. They're not grown locally because it is February or January right now, but they're delicious. You should try to get Kent mangoes anywhere you can. They'll help make a particularly delicious tuba shvat. You know, Robert, I didn't ask you about guavas. Guavas are common in Latin America, but a lot of Americans haven't tried them.
These are grown here. It's
Okay.
a Chinese variety, the China White. They are the best guava of all guavas I've ever eaten. They've got real thick meat, very small seeds section, and you eat them when they're hard, not real mushy-gushy, and they have an attractive aroma rather than the overpowering aroma like a regular guava. Yeah, really, really good.
All right, I'm going to just let people see from the outside here, and a couple more fruits. Thanks again for your time, Robert. I'm going to come back and buy some stuff in a few minutes. Oh, I have to. Just some more sapadillas. You know what? I did not talk about these two. I'm going to go back to Robert once more. Kind of still. Robert, I got to bother you one more. This is another fruit, sapodilla, people are not familiar with, and this is funny. You're supposed to try a new fruit for the Jewish holiday of Rosh Hashanah as well as Tu B'Shvat. This is what people always go with, but they never taste good when people get them from the supermarket in the north. I had one from here; it was delicious.
The trouble is, our industry is stupid. They pick the same variety they're growing here, which is a sweet variety. They're always sweet, even when they're green. But when they're green, they haven't been on a tree long enough to build up with any juice and flavor. But if you let them ripen on the tree, they actually ship very, very well. I don't know why the industry ships them so green. Because you want your customer to say, "Wow, that's good," and come back and buy more.
Right.
And
they are delicious when
what they ship out doesn't taste good to do that.
Yeah.
I don't know why
it's like strawberries. People have these big strawberries now and there's no taste to them.
Well, a lot of times, because we get the imports so we can't have our own, and we get some really good imported strawberries.
Are the ones here good now?
Yeah, these are Florida berries. And, you know,
should I get them? Or?
They're excellent, but when I start my California berries, we know which ones to get. And they have so much flavor, it's just powerful.
Yeah. Can we just talk about this fruit here a little bit?
Sapodilla is also a sapote, like the
mamey sapote,
the yellow one.
And that's
Canistel.
Canistels are related to mameys. I didn't realize
and
that.
The black sapote, which you never took a picture of.
Oh, I did. That's
so the black sapote turns black and leaks black.
Oh, it's like chocolate pudding. Do you still have them here now?
Yeah, I got a few over there by the big stock.
I'm going to be back in 30 seconds. I have to mention that one. Black sapote. Where's the black sapote? Where is this? Here? Oh, there. Yes, we need to talk about this. Black sapote. Now, these are nice and firm now. Take a look at this, then we're going to talk about them. Okay. By the way, this is a cool shirt. If I lose some weight, I'm getting one of these.
This one here is a sapodilla, also known as Chico sapote. It's brown inside, sometimes a little reddish black brown. And if you've ever chewed chewing gum, the first chewing gum was made from the sap of this tree. And the first chewing gum was made in the shape of the seed, and it looks like a chiclet seed. Chiclets.
Oh, that's where it came from?
Chiclets was the first.
And is sapote from the word sap? I guess
sapodilla.
Sapodilla is all related to sap.
Like a Lollapalooza of sap, and it's like really sweet, like a pear with brown sugar. And you eat everything?
Yeah.
Wash them up, everything but the seed. The skin is so tender, you don't even worry about it.
And the black sapote back there that I finally found, they're interesting. Because they were green, you have to wait till they're black.
Turn black. And when they leak black juices when they're ripe.
Oh, they leak?
No leaking, no eating.
Really? Yeah. And they really have the texture of chocolate pudding and even taste like it.
We make our chocolate fruit milkshake, and people go crazy for it. They're really good.
And so we covered everything.
And the caramel
related to the mamey, right?
Right. Sapote. It's a sapote.
Charles Lopez again.
Sapote is related.
Sapote is a family of fruits, and just like apples have different varieties of apples, it just so happens that
Robert cuts it up for you. The mango.
Yes, that's the Kent. They got no strings.
Yep. Delicious stuff here. All right, I think we're going to wind this down. Charles, any final words? Robert, thank you, and I'm going to see you and buy some stuff in a few minutes.
Very much.
You guys come to Florida. You gotta come to South Florida. You gotta come to Robert's here. Delicious fruit, the best.
All right. Thank you all for watching. I am back with Robert of the famous Robert Is Here, and we have a little treat. Charles, my Cuban-American friend from the Trump rally in Miami when I covered it, this has nothing to do with being Cuban, it's just good ribs, is bringing Robert as a payback for the delicious food Robert has provided, some of his ribs, which I'm not going to eat. They're not kosher, but here we are. So we're going to get this on camera. Oh, he can't try them now, or can he? Oh, he can try them. My mom doesn't keep kosher, so she ate some of his food a few weeks ago, and it was phenomenal. And so now we're going to get a reaction.
Excellent. What do you smoke them with?
I smoke them with a rub from Norman Brothers.
What kind of wood?
I use hickory and oak chips and guava sticks, guava wood.
You can taste it.
You can taste the guava, right?
It's different.
We're definitely going way beyond tuba shot now.
That's not kosher. I gotta tell you, Robert.
These are bunny ribs.
None of them are Jewish. What's that?
Bunny ribs.
They're bunny.
Bunny ribs. Now let's get a good whip. This is what we're all missing out on, guys. It is a sacrifice, apparently.
It is. Have another one, Robert. Have another one.
Where'd you get the recipe, Charles? Ah, my microphone's not in. Hopefully the sound's okay here.
That's big. Look at the meat on it.
Is this a personal recipe or just the wood makes a difference?
I had a good friend of mine who's passed away. Yeah, it's something different.
Smell it. Look.
I can smell. Yeah, I can appreciate the smell.
You know, orders that Trump has put in.
And you have some strong feelings about immigration yourself, being an immigrant.
More strong because I'm an American.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm an American first.
there's a lot of problems in the agriculture family.
Oh yeah, I can
Because
imagine.
we need good, strong workers that want to work.
Uh-huh.
And our American population think it's demeaning to work on a farm.
Oh yeah.
So they won't work on the farm.
Americans are soft. White Americans in particular are soft.
It doesn't matter what color.
Yeah.
They don't. The farm work is way beneath them. No matter
Right.
where they are in the level of human society as far as needing a job, wanting a job, or have to have a job. You know, it's very strange.
Are most of the agricultural workers around here of Mexican background? Because I've driven inland and I see a lot of Mexican.
Not necessarily Mexican so much. You're finding most of the farmers are becoming Mexican. The Mexican population that came in years ago when I was a kid now are the farmers.
I see.
And
They went from farm workers to farmers.
Farmers, yeah, and they've built their base of value on hard work and farming, and that's what they understand. And the old farmers are dying off
Right.
and giving up because it's been so hard with them getting labor to work. It's just impossible. You know, the Guatemalans do really, really well. They stop them from coming in. You can't. You're not supposed to hire illegals.
Right.
And you can't get anybody to work. That's why everything's getting mechanized. They have machines to pick everything to do. And now you can't get anybody to pick beans unless they're Haitian. The Haitian people are the best bean pickers. They want to pick beans. They won't pick tomatoes.
Why is that?
They don't pick tomatoes. Very seldom you get a Haitian crew picking tomatoes.
Is there
It's
some
usually
difference
water.
between picking beans and picking tomatoes?
No,
I know.
it's just what they do. They love to sit out there and pick beans.
Interesting.
I can't tell you why, but this is what it is. And you know, you hate to pick out a nationality and say that's what they do and whatever, but you know, that's what it seems to gravitate to.
Great.
And yellow squash and zucchini also is a more Latin harvester rather than a Haitian harvester. You know,
Interesting.
and you don't get many of us red-blooded Americans out in the field.
Right.
You know, you'll get some of them will come out and they'll drive the tractors and do the mechanical work with the machinery. But as far as out in the field, getting their fingers dirty with the dirt, very, very few of us Americans.
And you've been in agriculture since you were 6 years old, right?
Yeah.
57 years?
Yeah. Oh, my dad was farming. You know, I'm 64. And that's what we did. Bye-bye. See you later.
From Florida also?
Well, he was from Chicago area.
Oh, he came down here.
Came down here when I was 6 months old. And his farm is now all suburban Chicago.
Oh yeah, I can
It's
imagine.
just sprawled all the way up.
And I imagine totally different crops down here than up there.
They grew sugar beets, tomatoes for hunts or one of those big canning plants, and sweet corn, not sweet corn, field corn, and soybeans.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So he came down here. He loved the weather. He had a rough time with it, though. He didn't make any money on his farm. Yeah. And he actually quit farming when I was about 16 years old, maybe 15. He sold all his equipment, and I bought my first farm when I was 14. Just a piece of land, and I started farming it when I was about 17. I grew avocados.
Wow. So avocados were your first crop.
Yeah. It's now mangoes. Hurricane Andrew took the avocados.
Really? And you couldn't just replant them? Too many years
Well,
invested
just-
to...
I try something else.
Yeah.
What a wonderful story, huh?
Yeah, and I guess Andrew really devastated this area because we're right near
It's
Homestead.
Fine. Everything you see standing. Everything.
Everything. Got it.
Everything.
Got it.
Telephone poles.
No trees.
Fences. All the trees. Almost all the buildings. There was 170,000 homes without a roof. Not 100,000. Not 100. 170,000.
Over 15 years ago now.
No,
15.
92.
92, so almost 15 years ago.
Like 20, 25.
Do the math.
Oh, 25. Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
wow. Time, I keep telling,
Yeah.
keep trying to fight how quickly time
17
flies.
and 8.
20, oh
Yeah.
man. Ooh, I remember that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're not
It's-
going to get too
it's crazy.
philosophical here. All right, Robert. Thank you for your
Very
time.
good.
I'll see you in a few minutes.
I hope you enjoyed that.
And happy
And-
holiday.
Thank you, thank you. It's
Happy
one that
holidays.
too many people overlook, so I'm trying to give attention, and we're going to live stream with you about politics later on tonight.
Happy holidays.
Okay.
All right,
I'll see you
guys.
two later.
Bye.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Hey. Am I on? Yeah. Is it covering? Is it going? Yeah, I think I'm on. I hope so. Yeah, I'm on. Adam Taxin here at Robert is here. The Disneyworld of fruit stands in Florida City, Homestead area. I use both of them because, frankly, we're in unincorporated county. And I was rushed before because I was trying to get the afternoon prayers in by sunset. Now I'm not in a rush. And Robert's going to join me for some bonus coverage. Robert, thank you so much for your generosity with your
Try something new and different that the earth has to offer you. You know, that's really, really neat.
It's not the main part of the holiday. It's more of a tradition.
Yeah, but the tradition is you're restricted from eating stuff that, you know, the rest of the population does,
Yeah.
and different means of preparing and stuff. But it has that restriction, and yet it has this suggestion. Let's try something that we don't know about,
Yeah.
and to get you to open your mind on the whole rest of the world.
There is something on Rosh Hashanah, the Jewish New Year. There's a tradition where you say a special blessing, and the way you say it, you're supposed to say it if it's a fruit you have not tried in a while. They defined it as the season.
Yeah.
And so often that's when the star fruit, which we talked about in another
Yeah.
video, comes out,
Yeah.
even though the star fruit isn't as good as what you'll get here because of the shipping issues related to star fruit. But yeah, and you know, to me it's occurred because I keep kosher.
Yeah.
That look, there's enough stuff. Whoa, a Phillies fan. Are you guys from Philly? What part? What part? I'm from Philly. What? Oh, out in Chester County.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I'm interviewing him. I'm from Rose Valley, but we're getting back to Robert here. Yeah. Maybe next year will be better for all our sports teams. I doubt it. Yeah. Okay, back to where we were. It's a Philly thing. Yeah. So it's sort of, I feel obligated because there's so many things I can't eat, and then things I can eat but are not prepared kosher. It's very hard on the road. But when it's fresh fruit,
Yeah.
you really want to take advantage of everything out
Yeah,
there because there's
that's
so
right.
much. So
Yeah.
anyhow, back to you.
But it is kind of nice to have people open to try. That's what I do all day long, is push people into buying stuff they don't know about.
Yeah.
And open their minds up, open their eyes up. And their biggest thing, I don't know anything about it. I never had it. And I tell them, does that mean you should never have it?
Yeah,
If you never have it.
Well, I think that's something I should have if I've
That's
never
it.
had it.
That's
There's so
it,
many
yeah.
things.
Well, there's a saying I have. As you can see around the world, what's going on, life is very cheap. Someone can take your life like that for no reason at all.
Right.
And they are doing it. The most expensive thing about life is not living it. So if you're here, you might as well live it.
Right.
Yeah.
So why don't you show us some of the things that people are missing out on and should feel badly if they've never tried?
Well, you did a very good job with your scope of all the weird tropical fruits. When my mom was alive, she used to preserve them and can them in jars. And she was taken from us. Somebody took her life in her house.
Oh dear.
And a good friend of ours had a commercial kitchen, and he took her recipes, and he made her recipes for almost 20 years. She was killed 8 days before Hurricane Andrew.
Oh dear.
And then he finally retired. I guess he retired about 5-6 years ago, so he did about 16, 17 years for preserves. And to get another company to do them and comply with all the rules and regs of the health department, they had to be certified again. And he didn't have the recipes. He did them all out of his head.
Oh no.
And we didn't have anything. So we had to redo her recipes, and I got about 20 of them certified. And oh my God, what it cost. It was about $7,000 to $10,000 each recipe to get it certified through a chemist to make sure it's right with a good flavor. And then these companies that make the preserves, because we just can't do it, we're too busy. We farm.
That we see all back there.
Right. They wanted to make hundreds of cases, or thousands of cases of each. And we're not a storage company. So about, I think it was August last year, maybe July, we got a company that is doing 5 or 6 of my mom's recipes that we've recertified. And we've got our jelly section named Grandma Mary's Kitchen. A lot of people don't know the background about that, but it's we do.
I'm just going to walk over there so I can see it.
And I do have 6 recipes
cool.
of hers, but all the rest of it is recipes from other places that are certified.
Where does it say her name on there?
Oh, it's I remember right here.
Oh,
Grandma Mary's recipe.
Got it.
But Grandma Mary's Kitchen is up here on. I got a sign up across the top.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Hot sauces here, and no sugar added, juice sweetened. That's great because that's unusual. Yeah. Soursop is, I guess, the other name for guanaba. Guanabana.
Soursop is a Jamaican nickname for it.
Well, that's Jamaican.
There is a sweet sop, and the sweet sop is not related, but it looks just like it. But if you want to distinguish the two, real easy, you say sweet sop or soursop.
But soursop's very sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Delicious.
there's a distinguishing because they are completely separate fruit.
I want to do something here. I want to make people feel really bad that they're not getting the most out of life because there are all these delicious fruits that they've never tried. And you have so much pride in your product. And you worked so hard for 57 years in this business since you were 6 years old.
When they come in, they'll feel it.
Yeah, I mean, I want
just
people
feel it when you come in.
But I want people to watch this, and maybe they've gone to Miami a few times. It's an hour drive from downtown Miami, not even probably.
No doubt, there's going to be a percentage, and I'm hoping it's a big percentage of your viewing audience that have been here already and have already felt the intensity that I have for making the customer educated, entertained, and completely satisfied. They're trying something they've never had before.
But I'm a mean person. I want them to feel badly that they're missing out on something. That's just
they're going to feel good.
Okay, they'll feel good when they eventually come here and try something.
Nope. My goal and my motto is nothing bad happens at Robert is here.
Yeah.
Even the feeling, I want it good. We do have.
I imagine some people indulge in the fruit so much that on the other end.
We do have an element of crime.
Here?
Yeah. We have our guard watching the parking lot, and we still have a problem. People breaking into cars as they're having everywhere in Dade County, Broward County, and it just hurts me that happens. I'm not afraid to talk about it. When you drive up, every other post on my parking has a sign on it. Take care of your valuables, pack them away, and if we ignore it, like I put my hand over my eyes, that's not doing the public any good at all.
Right.
But we don't want anything bad happening here. Robert's
Right.
here. Yeah.
Sometimes people eat too much fruit, and they have they have to too much
Usually,
fiber at once.
You use the right one. Eat a little papaya with it. Papaya is real good for that. It just doesn't happen. A lot of times somebody might be allergic to a mango.
Oh.
And that's bad. And you don't know it until it happens. My mom went to 70 years old, never having a problem with mango. Cleaning them, cutting them for preserves, cooking them, eating them, never had a problem. Her last 2 years of her life, she couldn't even be here when they had mangoes in the store.
Really?
She'd just break out like a big swollen
No kidding.
body. Yeah.
No kidding. My mom had never even tried a mango until a few years ago.
Yeah.
We were from Pennsylvania. She's originally from New York, and she loves them. It was her
That's
birthday, so I wasn't around here 2 weeks ago, or I guess it was 3 weeks ago already, her birthday. So I went up to Perrines in Daytona, and I met up with them in Jekyll Island, Georgia, and they were driving back from Florida. But she was in here, and she just loved the mangoes so much. I was actually mad at her because that was the day your credit card machine broke, and we only had so much cash.
Yeah.
I'm like, Mom, why are you buying mangoes? They're
God.
not from local. They're from Peru.
Yeah,
But she
but
loves them so much.
We don't mind selling the Peruvian or any other country's mangoes because it gives you a lead in of what mine are going to be. As good as these are, ours are better. But that was a horrible day.
Yeah.
Our computer went out or something and had customers waiting in line and I couldn't run any credit. We were so screwed up with credit cards and having to have that.
So we had limited cash.
It's
So
just-
I'm like,
it's
why are
sad.
you spending it on mangoes that aren't even grown around here? But she loved them.
But we're really proud to have Mom's preserves back on the shelf.
Great.
This happens to be the mango, which is my favorite. My mom used to take the mango preserves and make apple turnovers of it. Just do the dough, and throw the mango preserves in there, and cook them up.
Let me ask another question about mangoes. If you were going to come here because you were going to make a trip to Florida, I'm not sure anyone will actually do this, simply because you love mangoes and you want to be here at the best time to get your special mangoes. July is the time to do it.
By the 4th, in the middle of July would be the best.
July.
But
So-
we have other varieties that are not equally as good, but pretty damn good.
But you could have 8 or 9 different varieties of mangoes.
At
if you
one
came
time, we've had
July.
sometimes 17 or 20.
Wow. So that's
It
the
makes
time.
it very difficult. What's different about this one? You got to answer a lot of questions when you have a lot of varieties.
But I'm sure you love it.
Oh, without asking.
I want to show them the mangoes.
What's Robert is here?
Yeah, right?
Without asking a question. That's my dad put the sign up, and it simply asks a question, and he didn't know he was a genius in marketing.
These are as phenomenal mangoes as your... Yeah, that's right. Okay, let's talk about the sign.
Yeah.
Your dad put up a sign called Robert is here, and you kept it.
Here's what happened.
Yeah.
Dad was growing cucumbers. He was going to go pick the second crop. He had absolutely no money. None. He went to the broker that he brought his first crop to, and he said, I need a little loan so I can buy some boxes to pick the second crop. And the broker told him, not only are we not going to pay you a loan, we didn't sell them. We're going to have to dump them. It was so cheap. The market's just flooded with them. And he said, you're going to dump them? And they said, yeah. He said, no, hold on to them. I'll be right back. So he went to the farm, got his truck, went and got his 400 bushel of cucumbers, dumped them out on the ground. They picked new cucumbers, put them in the used boxes, brought them back to the broker, and the next Saturday, Saturday was the next day, he put me out here on the corner with a couple bushel of cucumbers and a piece of plywood and a couple field crates holding the plywood up. I sat there the whole day. Not only did I not sell any, nobody stopped. And my mom and dad could not figure out how that many people, now there wasn't a population like now,
Right.
but if there are cars that went by, why wouldn't I not stop? And my mom told my dad maybe they didn't see him there. It was just a piece of plywood, a little fat 6-year-old. And my dad put the sign up on the Sunday. He actually made 2 of them. And the sign simply made a statement, but what he didn't realize that statement asked a question. There's the sign. This was taken in 1962. And if you go up just a little bit, that's me when I was first grade. That's when I started.
Smiley kid.
Yeah.
Very happy kid.
And the sign says Robert is here.
Uh-huh.
Well, when you see that driving along, doesn't that ask you a question?
It's an unusual name.
Like,
Who's Robert? Yeah.
And so people stop. I sold out probably by noon, 11 o'clock on Sunday morning what the cucumbers he had. And I'm not going to sit here all day long. So I walked home. Now I'm a 6-year-old kid. I got no business walking a mile down the street to my house. And my mom and dad were washing zucchinis. They could have brought me zucchinis out to sell with the cucumbers. They never even gave that a thought. They just wanted to get rid of those few cucumbers. He was mad at me for walking home. He was mad at himself for not giving me more cucumbers to sell. And the next weekend, I was right back out with the same sign.
Show again?
Doing it on the weekends until Christmas came.
Uh-huh.
And then when Christmas got here, I did...
I'm just giving him a different view.
I did every day of Christmas holiday. And Christmas was over. And it was successful. It was really successful. So my mom would set up the store on Monday when I started school. And when I got off the bus, my mom made arrangements for Mrs. Knight to let me off over here. I walk over and gather the stuff, the money out of the coffee can. They used to sell Folgers in cans.
Yeah.
I would put the money in the coffee can if you made a purchase while I wasn't there. And then I'd gather that up, and then I would take care of my customers personally from that rest of the day. And that's how it ran for 2-3 years.
So you were a businessman from the start,
Yeah,
a farmer
and
a little later.
Yeah, and then this here is a 62. My dad built a little cheeky little piece of junk, little roof for me to stand under. And I hired a lady to watch my market in the mornings while I was at school. So my mom was helping Dad on the farm. And then when I got off the bus, I would take over for her. She would go home.
Wait, were you always right here?
Yeah.
So, but there wasn't much around here then, or
No.
Okay.
Across the street, when I first started, was woods and Dade County pine, the original pine tree.
Oh, there were pines here, because I always thought the name Pinecrest was funny. I didn't know pines were down here.
The Dade County pine is the hardest lumber of any lumber. One of the hardest lumbers, anyway. And it's the only lumber that termites can't eat. They can't digest it. It's too hard.
Let's get the passion fruits in the background now. We can keep talking.
Fruit.
But I want to focus on some of the other fruits that you have that people miss out on.
This is a yellow passion fruit. And they start out nice and smooth and beautiful.
Yeah.
And
Why
then,
don't you try to squeeze it, or?
and then when they start getting wrinkled, they obtain a sweetness on the inside. That's just fantastic.
You know, I had passion fruit from here for the first time. I may have had grenadilla, which is like that, in Peru many years ago, but I'm not sure it was
The
right.
is yellow. From what I've never had it either.
Yeah.
But the yellow ones and the grenadilla, they say are sweeter than ours, which could be. But this is ours.
Yeah, this is what it looks like inside. It's phenomenal. The question I have is, it's so delicious. Well, I can't have it on camera because I'm holding the camera, but I will show you. It's not the most glamorous fruit. But
You eat them seeds and all.
it's absolutely delicious.
I would assume, because I'm not a chemist, but I would assume they're packed with vitamin C. They just taste to me.
Oh, yeah. I've heard that
I'm just-
before.
I don't know.
But
I'm
they're
gonna eat
so
right after
good.
your fingers. I don't care.
Yeah, sorry about that. But this fruit is so delicious, yet no one eats it. Why is it that, bananas, for example, I know why. I've read the book on bananas about Samuel Zemurray, and economically it works very well because you can cut them 3 weeks before they're ripe. They're perfect for packing, so they're the ideal fruit.
You can gas them. You can actually hold them in the cooler
Yeah,
and then gas them to ripen them.
but passion fruit just is not economically viable, yet it's so delicious, it seems like.
Too expensive.
What makes it so expensive? That there's so much...
It's large. A large acreage will produce so many pounds. And that same acreage of bananas, say, will produce maybe 50 times the pounds.
Right.
with a lot less energy, a lot less, effort.
So, I mean, not that you can grow bananas in the U.S.
Remember back in, they don't grow too many.
Yeah.
And there's not many places you can grow passion fruit in the U.S.
But you can grow it here.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, there's
Go north, you can't do it.
there are a lot of things you have here that
Yeah.
you can't grow anywhere else in the U.S.
We don't really grow bananas commercially either.
Well, you can't grow bananas here, can you?
Yeah, you can.
You can even grow bananas in this part of Dade County?
Right there.
Oh, there are homegrown bananas.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
No kidding.
Oh, yeah.
I guess
They
everything
actually
grows in
very
southern
well.
Dade County.
They grow very well. They don't like the wind.
Uh-huh.
It rips up the leaves. If the leaves get ripped, the tree production is way, way, way cut. So
Mm-hmm.
the wintertime breeze. You were here, what was it, a week ago?
No, a month ago.
Well, no, I mean, okay.
I
You
came
don't
in
live
late
here.
December. No. I'm here a lot, but
Okay.
I don't live here.
Because we had even a tornado, we had winds here, it was ridiculous.
Uh-huh.
Straight line winds at 60 miles an hour, not gusts.
Yeah.
And that just rips the leaves all to shreds. And they don't do well production-wise when that happens. And it's more time, more fertilizer to recuperate from that than it is
Yeah.
in the tropics when it's warm all the time.
Yeah.
You know?
So you can grow them here, but it's not.
Oh, yeah.
There's no reason people
There's-
should be growing bananas
Yeah,
here.
we grow different varieties that are pretty cool.
Yeah, let's see some of the bananas.
That's a baby banana. None of these are ours. I sold
Okay.
all we had this week, and these are all imports from.
So these taste differently. They're not
Yeah.
like the Jamaican bananas.
No, well they grow them everywhere.
These
They
have a
get-
different taste to them.
Yeah, it's called apple banana or manzano,
I'll have to get some of
and
those.
they have to be ugly, and they have to be soft when you.
Well, these aren't that ugly. These aren't
Well,
that
they're not
ugly.
ripe.
Oh.
That's not right.
It drives me crazy how so many people eat unripe bananas here. They have no
Yeah.
taste.
Yeah.
It's like, what's wrong
See,
with
that's
Americans?
not even right. And not everybody is emotionally set to eat these because they turn black, and when you tug on them, you should break the skin right there.
Well, I mean, a lot of these cases, the animals can only eat thick peeled fruits
Yeah.
when they're ripe anyhow. So you think that's probably the way God made them.
Nature's got these so the animals eat them when they grow. So this is how we ripen them, upside down.
Right.
So when it pulls down, it takes more pressure to pull off the stalk.
Mm-hmm.
But when they grow, this part here is connected to the tree. That's the trunk.
Yeah.
So that trunk is this way.
Uh-huh.
This is hanging upside down. So as they ripen, gravity forces those fingers back open and down, and it rips them off. And they fall to the ground,
Uh-huh.
and the animals get to eat them.
Yeah.
This is the banana's nature's way of feeding the creatures.
Yeah. Well, all these fruits are,
Yeah, but
technically.
it's just nature's way. If you can't get up in the tree, you're going to get bananas because they're going to fall down.
Right,
to you.
right. This is a fruit we just didn't talk about, and this is not hype. They really do taste like
Yeah,
chocolate pudding. We didn't
yeah.
talk about them enough before,
Normally I have ripe ones, but our season is running out.
and people buy them
yeah.
probably faster.
But
this
these-
isn't even close to ripe.
these
though.
are not
It
ripe.
looks rotten, but that's not even
they
close.
turn completely black,
hmm
and they basically look like they're rotted,
Yeah.
and they're not ready to eat yet. You know they're ready to eat when they leak black juice. If they're not leaking, you're not eating.
So that I ate it a little bit before it leaked last
And
time. I'm like, it must be ready.
And it tends to have a brown chalkiness to it when you eat them, not quite ripe.
Well, aren't these supposed to be a little chalky when you eat them?
Not at all.
I thought I read somewhere that they were. I totally
No.
screwed up with these, so I'm going to be buying these again.
No, they have to be.
This is a
Let me
Canistel.
see if I can find a ripe one. We'll show you.
And the
Wash it up.
sapadilla we talked about before,
Yeah.
and the passion fruit.
I might have one right here.
So these are coconuts, what they look like before
I got a ripe one right here.
you do. Oh, wow.
I'll wash it up.
Cool.
And
So I've never tried one that's appropriately ripe.
well, you're gonna eat one right now.
All right. Alligator jerky, in case you're low on that.
Yeah. That'll be a no-go though.
But for my crowd, yeah.
Yeah, it's got a little bit of pork in there.
Oh, well, the alligator's not kosher to begin with
Is
anyway.
that right?
Yeah, no, alligator's definitely not. What's going on with the tomatoes? Now that's
That's an heirloom tomato.
so you grow tomatoes down here too.
Yeah, this is an heirloom. This is something that we grow. We're going to be getting out of this business.
Mm-hmm.
They're intentionally intentionally makes them ugly.
I don't think tomatoes are that ugly.
These are.
Right? I don't
Yeah,
know.
well.
I guess I know what they taste like and I love
They
them.
are
so.
the best tomatoes grown. If you want, I'll cut one of these for you.
I'm going to be doing some. Oh, you know, I want to talk about the fresh Florida strawberries. I was in a conversation with someone, I think 2 days ago. You've probably seen these in Chinatown if you look around in Chinatown, so it's not that unusual, but they're locally grown. But strawberries today, so many. I mean, blueberries are still pretty good. You know, they're modified, but you can still get good blueberries that have taste. But strawberries today, if you don't, they don't even taste.
I don't know.
At a lot of places, if you buy them just at the supermarket up north, they're like blurry.
Well,
people forget what good strawberries taste like.
It's a problem. They might be too long off the vine when they get them up north. You know, even though transportation's quick, maybe it's been too long, picked way before the consumer gets to eat them, and under cold storage for too long. But we get them shipped in when we don't have our local ones, and they're pretty good. I just don't know what's
buying
going
at the
on.
wrong place.
No, I just I don't know.
But it's almost like I don't know what a good strawberry tastes like.
Yeah. You know what? This has got to go home with me tonight. So give Tracy in a basket.
We are at Robert is here in Homestead, Florida City, Florida. Robert's been being very generous with his time. I'll appear for a second. Robert is talking to us. It's his place. 57 years he's been in this business since he was 6 years old. I have a particular. I'm always interested in this, but particularly because the Jewish holiday of Tu B'Shvat is coming up in a week and 5 days, and we're going to try a tomato. By the way, for the record, disclaimer: tomatoes are fruits of the vine, so we don't really celebrate Tu B'Shvat, tomatoes on Tu B'Shvat. It's Ha'adama, the blessing, but we love tomatoes anyway. And we're going to try this right now. This is a canistel, and I'm going to turn the camera back around. I know a lot of you are watching later, not too many of you are watching on Facebook Live right now. I bought these a month ago, let them ripen for 2 weeks. I figured they must be ready after 2 weeks. But apparently they weren't. And I thought, well, maybe some fruits are meant to be kind of mealy, kind of chalky. But no.
Reach your hand over and give that a squeeze.
Now that is almost obscene, but
you've done it. You've done it. That's how you open them.
Okay, so this is what it's supposed to look like.
It's kind of juicy on the inside.
Yeah.
Where the one you had that you ate too soon.
It was too chalky.
It was chalky.
Yeah.
And when you eat them, it almost chokes you because you can't get it down.
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, it wasn't that bad. Oh, you eat the peels too.
Oh yeah. The skin is gone.
Yeah. Should I try it? I'm gonna put the camera on me. And you know, when you're a politician, you're never supposed to show yourself eating, but this is a little different. Oh wow! Oh my God, that's good.
It's my favorite.
That's really delicious. Oh wow!
Isn't that ridiculous? From what you had to this was probably 3 days.
Oh man, that's good. I'm gonna keep eating this canistel.
It makes the best milkshake that we make.
I can see this.
It
I
lends,
should have did the brucka for a new fruit.
it
Never
lends,
had.
it lends itself to ice cream.
Oh, I can see that. What country are these most popular?
It's a Caribbean. It's a sapote, like the mame and the chico.
And these are the heirloom tomatoes
This
here.
is a brandy wine.
Why are they called brandy wine?
It's just, there's thousands of different heirloom tomatoes. The big green ones are called green giants.
Is there a connection? Because I'm from near the Brandywine Valley in Pennsylvania.
Could
so
be.
I'm
That's
curious.
where most of the heirloom tomatoes
And Jersey's big.
came from when they came from Europe. You know?
Wait, tomatoes came from Europe, but tomatoes originally are a New World fruit, right?
Come from Europe. The
I mean,
heirlooms.
eventually, but originally,
The
like Columbus
heirlooms.
found. I mean, tomatoes,
Well-
potatoes, corn, all are from the New World, no?
Well,
But the flies like them too, clearly.
the heirlooms are all from Europe. They went over with
Oh, okay.
with big
It's
ships.
been modified. Robert, they are phenomenal. Wow. Really good. Now this is a,
This is another heirloom called the green giant.
right.
And feel it. I'm going to wash it just so.
No, so this is kind of soft.
It
It's
has to
not
be soft to be ripe.
delicious. Not best camera work for me right now. Sorry, I've been too focused on eating. I forgot I had the camera on.
No problem.
Really good. Now we're going to try.
This is-
Again, come down to Robert is Here in Florida City Homestead. If you're Jewish and live in South Florida in particular, you have no excuse not to stock up for Tu B'Shvat over here. Though tomatoes are technically not what we're celebrating on Tu B'Shvat, but
Wait, let me get it.
while you're here, got to get some salt on them. Who knew I'd be doing this today? We've definitely gone away from the religious significance.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah. You had a
And
red
so-
right one. Now you got a
Okay.
green. It's green. Never does turn red.
Yep.
A little bit of salt.
Oh wow.
Choke my.
These are delicious too.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, you know what?
You wouldn't think a green tomato would have flavor like that.
It's really weird. It does.
Yeah.
I mean,
If you want to grow some of these, go to tomatogrowers.com, tomatogrowers.com, and order the magazine. And that's where I get all my seeds for all the heirloom tomatoes, the pickles and stuff like that from the old country.
anything else I should emphasize? I mean,
Just
I want to keep this short.
it's just
Come here.
we love it. We love our customers. We think my son's getting the old tractor fired up. Yeah, but it's just fun.
Yeah.
That's all. It's just the hustle and bustle of life seems to slow down here. We do all our math on a paper bag.
Yep.
We no computers. No.
People love it here. It was so
Yeah.
crowded when I was here a month ago.
I've never clicked the mouse on a computer.
Oh wow.
We do this like we did 57 years ago. And just there's 3 rules in life. I don't care if it's business, religion, marriage. There's only 3 rules: honesty, integrity, and hard work. Come on down.
Well put. Thank you, Robert.
Good deal.
Thank you for all the time you gave me here at Robert is Here, which you can find at robertishere.com in the Florida City Homestead area of Dade County, Florida. And for the Jewish people watching, get down here soon because Tu B'Shvat is only 12 days away. And hope you enjoy it.
2-1 small.